Okay, let's go to C problems for algebraic expression. What is an algebraic expression? It's an expression that uses variables. For example, 3x plus 2y. This is an algebraic expression. An arithmetic expression is 6 plus 8. But this one is an algebraic expression. You see that when x takes the value 2, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. When y takes the value 4, 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. So an algebraic expression will take you to an arithmetic expression. So when x is equal to and y equal 4, you will obtain 6 plus 8. You will obtain 6 plus 8, 3x plus 2y, it will be 6 plus 8. So there are many types of algebraic expression. For example, 3x y squared z. This is an algebraic expression that mixes variables, the variable x, the variable y, and the variable z. This is another type of algebraic expression, pi r squared. Pi is not a variable, pi is a number. It's like 3. It's 3.14 indeed, pi. So r is the variable. Another algebraic expression may be 2 divided by x plus 3 divided by y. X and y are the variables. If x is 2 and y is 3, this is saying 2 divided by 2, 2 divided by 2 plus 3 divided by 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 3 divided by 3 is 1. So it says 1 plus 1, which means 2. So this algebraic expression is 2 when x is equal to and the variable y is equal to 3. Now, you don't make a confusion with this. If they say you 4 multiplied by 5y, this is not the variable, this is the sign of multiplication. So it's better sometimes to put the sign of multiplication like a point. 4 times 5 multiplied by y. Okay, this is 20y, because 4 multiplied by 5 is 20, 20 times the variable y. If y equal 2, 20 times 2 is 40. Okay, let's go to, we are clear with this. We are clear with all this. So now we go to another challenge. How to write equations, how to translate word problems, a sentence to write it in an algebraic expression, and finally to write an equation. The equation will have an equal sign. Let's go to practice this part. For example, if they say 5 more than x, x is the variable. X may be your age. So 5 more than x, it will be 5 more than your age. So let's say that your age is x equal 10. So if x equal 10 is your age, 5 more than x will be 15. Okay, but how we will write this equation? 5 more than x. So we start with x and we add 5. And this is an algebraic expression. When we say x plus 5 equal 20, we can know your age because we need to find which number I have to add to 5 to obtain 20, and the number will be 15. So for the moment, we practice algebraic expression. So the algebraic expression is x plus 5. 5 more than x is 5 more than x. If x is your age, 5 more than your age will be x plus 5. The difference, so the second one, the difference between x and 7. So you take the x and you make the difference between x and the number 7. So it will be x minus 7. If they say the difference between 7 and x, you will have to write the difference between 7 and x, meaning 7 minus x. And now he say, the number 3 say, 7 less than x. 7 years less than your age, x. Let's say that x is your age. So 7 years less than your x, than your age. So it will be again the same, x minus 7. So you may think always that x is your age. The product of y and 30. You may think of y as your age. So the product of y and 30 is y multiplied by 30. Don't write yx 30. No. Write a point here. Okay, the quotient between t and 8. Take t, your age, and divide by 8. So this is the answer. So these are algebraic expressions that you use in mathematics. Let's go to do more practice. 8 more than 2 times his age. 8 more than 2 times his age. So we need to write his age. Let's say that his age is y. So 8 more than 2 times his age, 2 times his age, 2 times his age is 2 times y. 2 times his age. His age is y, and 2 times his age is 2y. And now we read again. 8 more than 2 times his age. 8 plus more 2 times his age, y. 8 more than 2 times his age. This is the algebraic expression. Let's go to another one. 10 lengths than 3 times the width. So the variable here is the width. So we can take width, W, the width. And it say, so the width may be 10 centimeters or whatever. So 10 less than 3 times the width. 3 times the width is 3 times W. 3 times the width. And now that we have identified the variables, W, we read the problem. It say 10 less than 3 times the width. So we take 3 times the width and we subtract because it say less than 10. 10 units or tenths, 10 less than 3 times the width. This is the expression. And maybe it will come an equation that would say 3 times the width minus 10. This is how I'm reading now. 3 times the width minus 10. That is equivalent to say 10 less than the 3 times the width is equal, let's say, 11. What is the width will be the problem. Let's go to practice again. Now, with phrases, we can create an equation. And an equation is a mathematical sentence that uses the sign equal. This sign, equal. Okay, let's go to do equations. 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. So, is 10. So, 7 plus 3 is equal 10. So, we have done an equation. Now, let's say the age of your mother plus the age of your father is 80. How you will write this equation? Well, let's go to write what I have said. The age of Violeta plus the age of Izzy is 80 years. How you will write the equation? So you need to identify the variables. The first variable is the age of Violeta. The age of Violeta, we will name it as V. V will be the age of Violeta. The age of Izzy, we will name it as I from Izzy. And it say, now we read this sentence. Now we read this sentence. And say the age of Violeta, V, plus the age of Izzy, I, is 80, equal 80. This is the equation that we can write in mathematics. What it means, this equation will say what is the age of Violeta and the age of Izzy. No, it will say that the sum of the age of Violeta and the age of Izzy is 80. You may think that Izzy is 40 and Violeta is 40. But you may think also that Izzy is 42 and Violeta is 38. Or maybe is 43 and 37. But the sum is always 80, but you don't know the individual age of Violeta or Izzy. You know that the sum is 80. So this is the equation. And another equation, let's go to translate this sentence into equation. The area of a rectangle is the product of the length and the width of the rectangle. So we need to identify the variables. Let's go to make a small picture. The area of a rectangle. So this is a rectangle. This is a rectangle. The area, it says the area is a variable. So let's go to call area the variable like A. Is the product of the length. The length is L. Is this length of the rectangle, the length. And the width, the width is this of the rectangle. And the area is what is inside the area. So the area is 8. The length is L. And the width, the area, the length, and the width. And I have 3 variables. The width is W. And it says, write the equation. Okay, let's go to read the sentence. The sentence says, the area of a rectangle is equal, mean equal to the product, so the product of 2 things, the length and the width. and we have construct a mathematical equation that say that the area is length multiplied by width. Okay, let's go and practice another problem. The number of songs that Tom has on his iPod is 4 more than twice the numbers of songs that Sam has on his iPod. So we have Tom and we have Sam. And we have Tom has a certain amount of songs. So we call it T equal the numbers of songs that Tom has on his iPod. And this is one variable. So we have identified the first variable, the number of songs that Tom has. Now, the other variable is S, the number of songs that Sam has. And how we are going to name this variable, the number of songs, like S. So, if the number of songs is equal of Tom, if the number of songs of Tom is equal to the number of songs of Sam, we will write this equation, T equal S. But in this case, they don't say that they are equal. It say the number of songs, I'm going to read, the number of songs that Tom has. The number of songs that Tom has is T. On his iPod, it doesn't matter where he has it, is 4 times more than twice, 4 more songs than twice the number of songs that Sam has. The number of songs that Sam has is S. Twice the number of songs that Sam has is 2S. And 4 more is 4 plus 2S. So the equation is T equal 4 plus 2S. What it means this? It means that if Sam have 10 songs on his iPods, if Sam have this, Tom have 4 times 2 times 10, or 24 cents. So we write an equation that will say how many sons will have Tom in many, many different situations. Okay, the total number of students in any class is 35. How many of them are boys? The total number of students in the class is 35. How many of them are boys? Wow. Let's go to identify the variables. So you are in your class. In your class, there are boys and girls. Let's say that B is the numbers of students that are boys. B for boys. And let's say that G is the number of students that are girls. What the equation is say? It say that if you take the number of the total number of students in the class is 35. What equation you will write? You will say boys, the number of students that are boys. If you add it with the number of students that are girls, the sum will be 35. But from this equation, you don't know how many of them are boys unless you know how many are girls. If they say you that the girls are 20, from the 35 students, 20 are girls, you may write this equation: B plus 20, the girls, equals 35. So now you will think, who is B? B is the number that when I add to 20, I get 35. How much is B? 15 boys. 15 boys in this case. Okay, let's go to practice another one. The number of boys in the class is 2/5 of the number of students in the class. Now it say B for boys, the number of boys, B number of boys, and it said the number of students. The number of students are boys and girls. So how I will call this variable? B for boys, G for girls, and N for the total number of boys and girls. Okay. So the problem say that boys and girls. The problem say the number of boys in the class is B is 2/5 of the numbers of the total number of students. The total number of students is N. Now, if N is 35, you may find who is B. If the total number of students in your class is 35, you may find B, because B will be 2/5 multiplied by 35. And write 35 divided by 1. So now you can multiply this expression. 35 divided by 5 is 7. So it's 2 multiplied by 7. So there are 14 boys and there are how many girls? Oh, how many girls? Well, the total number of students is 35. If we have 14 boys, means that we have boys plus girls equal 35. But we already know that there are 14 boys. So the girls will be how much? Well, G, the girls, will be the number that I will have to add to 14 to obtain 35. Which number is this one? Well, G will be, if I put 20, will be 34, so it's 21. G, the number of students that are girls, should be 21. G. Okay, G. Okay, now it's your turn to do these 10 problems. 4 more than 8. 4 more than 8 times M. So M maybe is your age. So you write 8 times M. 4 more plus 4. So this is the algebraic expression. And now this one, the difference between 2 times x and 10. So 2 times x is this one. And the difference between 2 times x and 10 is 2 times x minus 10. Now this one, 17 less than x. I leave it to you. 3 times the sum of x and 12. 3 times the sum of x and 12. So you make the sum of x with 12, and the problem say make 3 times the sum of x plus 12. So this is the result. I'm not going to tell you number 5. I'm not going to tell you number 6. The perimeter of a rectangle is, this is L, this is W. The perimeter, we name it like P, is L plus W plus L plus W. So the perimeter is 2L plus 2 times W. This is the perimeter. I mean, say you need to translate this into an equation. It says the perimeter of the rectangle is the sum of the two sides of the length of the rectangle and 2 times the, I already wrote the problem, I already did the problem. So you read the problem, I'm not going to do it. 7, 8, and 9, I'm waiting for your answer. Let's go to do the last one. The volume of the box is the product of the length of the box with the width of the box and the height of the box. So to translate this into an equation, we make a figure of the volume of a box. This is a box. This is a box, and the box has length, width, and height. We call it L for length, with W for width, and H. And say the volume is the product of what? Of the length and the width and the height. How I will write L multiplied by the width multiplied by the H. And this will be the equation. So I'll be waiting for your answer for the 10 problems.